Here comes Hunter! Well, hello everyone, this is HunterTube back again with another review, and this time it is on something very, very new, and I'm possibly not one of the last people to get it this time, and it's going to be a double review, and by the title and thumbnail, you should already know what it is. It is the new Wooden Railway 2022. That's right. I got both Thomas and James, and we're going to look at both of them in this video. So, obviously, we're going to start off with looking at Thomas first, and then look at James. But yeah, look, let's just admire this packaging here first. And another thing, I got these off of Barnes & Noble. So yeah, which explains this extra price tag. But yeah, can we just admire this packaging right here? It looks like, this packaging here makes it look like it's like a collector's item of some sorts. And I honestly thought, when I saw like the prototypes of these back in like 2021, I honestly thought like they were actually gonna go all out with these and like make the box actual wood. Like make this part wood. And then obviously the engine is in this case here, and there's Tomo. And yeah, James is pretty much the same, just in a bigger box. Yeah. And then it's just a bunch of random language, and it's got a huge logo on the back. I mean, this box seriously feels like some collector's piece. Anyway, with all that blabbling out of the way, we're gonna unbox Tomo. Alright, coming in for the unboxing. So, first, before I do it the proper way, I want to see if I can just cheat the system here. And just cut this string, like so. Oh my gosh, I can. Oh my gosh, I just cheated the unboxing system. So normally you'd have to like cut all around it, but I just cheated the whole unboxing system by just cutting the string. And here he is, he's out. There he is. Little boy. And I can set this box off to the side now and move these scissors, and let's get a closer look at this boy. So here is Thomas out of the box, and just a fair warning, if you do unbox it that way, you might chip the paint slightly, but yeah, it's kind of my fault for cheating the unboxing system. But yeah, here he is out of the box, and he looks amazing. Just look at this detail. He's got the rivets and the handrails from season 23. He's got a cheeky little face. He's got some buffer details there. He's got plastic coal again. He's got the widow's peak from like the classic early years of like the 90s. His dome is back. Here's the underneath. It's so weird seeing it look like this instead of like with the huge lettering where it's like Thomas all across the chassis. But yeah, and then we have the new wheels, which actually look pretty interesting. I actually like the concept more in person. It looked a little weird on the animation, but it actually looks pretty nice in person, these wheels. And yeah, and that cheeky little face. And then yeah, oh, also the inside the firebox you can see a glow of like the firebox. And yeah, and then he has like some shadow there to presumably assume that there's a piece there. And yeah, that is Thomas. Now that we took a look at this guy, a close look at him, we're going to compare him to some older wooden Thomases. Yes. We're going to start off by comparing him with the previous predecessor, which is the ugly wood. I don't have the painted version, sadly. This is the only Thomas Wood model I have. But, yeah. So it's obvious they kept the buffer detailing thing that Wood had, but improved it to have actual black buffers instead of just a red buffer beam. They also kept the whole running plate thing from Wood. Ew, and wow, this thing is longer than a Wood Thomas. Wow. And the coal bunker is a bit longer as well. And it sticks up pretty high. That's like probably the only nitpick. Yeah, that's a nitpick, most likely. The fact that the coal bunker sticks up so high. But yeah. Obviously his dome is back from the previous model that didn't have it. But yeah. And then we have the faces. This one's got like a half 2D face, and then we've got a full-on 3D face. It also kept like the smooth slant that Thomas Wood had around the boiler. And then they fixed the whole blocky arch thing and made it an actual arch now. And then of course the wheels are different, and yeah. But yeah, now it's compared to a better Thomas. So here we have the new Thomas next to the 2003 Wooden Railway Thomas. So obviously this is like the first time Thomas has had actual physical plastic coal. Any other previous model of Wooden Railway Thomas would always have painted coal. It's like the first time Thomas has had actual physical coal, basically. I mean, even the detail on this new model is on point. Like, when you look at this old one, the arch is just painted there, like making it seem like, oh, the arch is there, but it doesn't even look like he has the arch. With this new model, it clearly makes it look like he has the arch. Like, look at that. And then it's like a much brighter, vibrant red than this, which is just like a dullish red. And then, of course, the Widow's Peak returned. And then, yeah, and they actually have, like, the step ladders, too. I just noticed that. And, yeah. Also, they have that there, and the old one doesn't. And then, of course, no buffer beam. But, yeah, this is still... Also, the length. This guy is also longer than this old one here. But yeah, that was the comparison with older wooden models. Also, another thing with this thing is that you can really feel the wood in there, and it just doesn't feel like paint slapped over the top. But yeah, this Thomas is like one of the best wooden railways we've ever gotten yet. Apart from like some of the faces, which are kind of a little weird. Thomas's face works, but there are some others like Percy, who has like a shocked face, and that doesn't really work. But yeah, I mean, from the front, the wheels look a little weird, but when you look at it from like the side or any other angle, it looks very nice. So yeah, that was Thomas, and now that we took a look at him, let's take a look at the bright red engine, the favorite himself, Mr. James. Okay, so off camera, I was like looking at the inner boxing for James, and this one looks like a little harder to just cheat the system. I could probably cheat the system with the tender here. Yep. So, yep, James's tender is free, and I didn't chipped the paint this time, thank goodness. But I don't think I can cheat the system with James here. I'm gonna try. If I can't get it. Oh. No, I don't think I can get it. Oh. It's literally right about there, and then it... Yeah, I don't think I can cheat the system. I'll be right back. Okay, so here is James out of the box, and I was actually able to cheat the system and unbox him by just cutting the string down the middle. Also, one more thing I forgot to mention is that this thing is pretty heavy. It's heavy, definitely heavier than this guy, but it feels around the same weight as this unpainted guy. Thomas feels pretty heavy, and this guy also feels pretty heavy. But anyway, on to James. James is like a totally different story. He feels a little lighter than Thomas, probably because 1, his bogies are plastic, and 2, he has this huge plastic thing down the middle here that probably goes up into his body a little bit. And his tender chassis is also plastic for some reason. Not sure why they decided to do that. But other than that, let's get on to these looks. And a fun fact, this is my first Wooden Railway James model, so I can't really compare it to any older James model. But the detail on this thing is amazing. Like, we've got his side rods, we've got his rivets, we've got his handrail, we've got actual arches here, apart from this one, because we have the boiler bit here. But oh my gosh, also that face. That face is alright. And he's got buffers at the front here. And he's got his glow in the firebox, his firebox glow in the cab. I mean, wow, the detail on this thing is amazing. And he's got his, like, other things. Oh, he's got his handrail. And on the back, underneath it says James. And yeah, here's his tender with his actual coal again. And it's also got the rivets and the handrails and the other doodahs. And it's all plastic underneath for some reason. I don't know why they decided to do this. Especially since the wood tenders were wood. Even the Wooden Railway tenders were wood. So yeah, I am seriously questioning the whole idea to make the entire tender chassis all plastic, because this is like the first time they've done something like this. Because like the whole top is wood, but then the bottom is just plastic. Other than those two nitpicks, with like the plastic and all that, this James is also really good looking. And sadly, I don't have another James, an older James, so I can't really compare it. Oh yeah, James is also longer than older James is, but you already probably knew that, because you've all seen the pictures. But yeah, that was Thomas and James. So what do I think of this line? This line is pretty amazing, and I thank Mattel and their new marketing team for actually coming up with this amazing idea after the abysmal failure that was Thomas Wood, starting off like this and ending off with an amazing model like Kenji. Wood Kenji. I just need to bring that up quick, because Wood Kenji, despite him being made in Thomas Wood, Wood Kenji is like around the same level of awesomeness as these guys. I mean, Wood Kenji was kind of like the early test model for this range here, just to see how well it would succeed and all that. Although the whole distribution failure to sell it worldwide didn't really work out, but yeah. Let's hope Wooden Railway Kenji gets sold worldwide, unlike its wood predecessor. Anyway, back to Thomas and James here. I do plan on getting the rest of these, hopefully. I do have another engine on the way, and you'll find out who it is in a few weeks. But yeah. My thoughts, final rating on these is like 9 out of 10, just because like there are a few minor nitpick things like the plastic tender chassis and how there's like plastic inside there. But yeah, other than those nitpicks, this is a really, really good range, and I recommend that you pick it up. Because right now it's all at Barnes & Noble, Amazon, Entertainment Earth has like some models, not all of them, but like Amazon and Barnes & Noble are like the big places you can get these. So yeah, now we're gonna have these two have like a little run around my wooden train table in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, quick thing before we get to the run here. So I was looking at James, new James, compared to, like, 2003 Henry, and look at the body proportions. They look very similar. Look at that. Like, we've got the cab and this square bit here are, like, the same length. And then, like, Henry's obviously slightly longer, but yeah, it looks fairly similar. Did they intend? Were they, like, inspiring this off of the original Wooden Railway Henry, or what? Because it looks so similar. Anyway, with that out of the way, on to the run. Oh shoot. So, James does not like this tunnel. His funnel scrapes against the top, and I believe, yeah, his cab does too. Thomas here can scootle right through it easily, at least. Both directions. But James is a bit too tall. So yeah, that was the short and very anticlimactic run. But yeah, it just goes to show that these work on some parts and some others don't. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. And this is HunterTube saying thanks for watching, bye for now. And the next review will be on